from high. It's a deep. It is out of here. 7:56. Bond stands alone.
Now Booker with Tucker on him. Throws it up for 8. Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo. What a block from Giannis.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open. Chicago with the lead.
Minute remaining. And they're putting Curry in the pick and roll, trying to get him on Irving. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
We're sending it in, Jerome. That's for damn sure.
Yes. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Taproom Sports Podcast. I am your host, Jordan Stacks on Stacks. Joined with my guys, Mr. Big Ball and Ben Larson. Swerving Irvin Washington. How we doing tonight, fellas?
We're doing good. Could be doing better. LeBron dropped damn near 50, and we lost.
Yeah.
And we're getting closer to Friday. We're doing good.
Hey, I'll say this about the Lakers real quick, Irvin, and we'll move on. Man, big game for them. This is a game that was actually important, even though it's January, because them and the Clippers are right there in the thick of things. And for some reason, dude, the Clippers just when they play the Lakers, dude, they just...
I know they play like it's Game 7 of the finals every time.
Every time, dude. I mean, they came out just fucking guns a-blazing, and Lakers got themselves in a hole tough to get out of. But, man, LeBron James has now scored 40 points against every single NBA franchise. That's all 30 teams. Just first player to ever do it. And absolutely incredible.
What do you think of that Rui trade? Is that too much?
Nah. I mean, they didn't really give up anything. But, I
they
mean,
needed a wing, but I just wish he could shoot better.
Yeah.
I mean, does it make them better? Yeah. How much better? I don't know.
But 3 second-round picks? That just seems like a lot to me.
Yeah, second-round picks.
Yeah, second round in the NBA is like hit or miss, dude. Lottery. It's not lottery.
G-League.
Yeah, you never know what's gonna happen. But I mean, those were the 3 picks they got in the Russell Westbrook trade, so they basically just gave them right back to Washington. So It is what it is. I mean, it's definitely an upgrade, dude. They needed a wing desperately. As you saw tonight, they had fucking Patrick Beverley trying to guard Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. That didn't go too well, dude. Not that Rui's gonna do much better, but it's definitely an upgrade in size, at least.
Yeah, you need the size.
But the West is wide open, man. Like, it's anybody's conference to be had. The West is just so dog shit this year.
There's no alpha in the West at all.
Well, I think the Nuggets and Grizzlies have something to say about that. I think it's them two and then everybody else. But still, it's like, do they scare you in a 7-game series? I don't know.
No, because then neither one of those teams have that much playoff success. So,
yep.
I think when Sacramento's number 3, you gotta worry.
Oh yeah, we talked about it on Temple of Hoop last night. Like, Sacramento, 3rd seed. They're one of the worst defensive teams in the league, 26 in defensive rating. And no team in the last 13 years has made a conference final, not a final, a conference final, being less than 15th in defensive rating in the league. So it's pretty incredible stuff. Anyways, we're here to talk football. Conference championship weekend, NFC championship, Niners, Eagles, AFC championship, Chiefs versus Bengals. Yeah. Before we get to the games, we have had a couple gems of news drop today regarding 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks. The first one being Tom Brady was spotted in Miami-Dade County checking out private schools.
Yeah, that's where Giselle and the kids live.
Do you think that you don't
shot down?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of speculation that he still wants to play, right? And before Tampa, he wanted to go play for Miami.
Yeah, Sean Payton was supposed to go there with him or something like that. But I don't know. It could work out. It couldn't. But
I mean, at this point, is 43, 44-year-old Brady that much better than Tua?
Or he's gonna be
46.
46.
46? Is he going to be that much better than Tua?
I mean, dude,
The thing
Tua
about
might
Tua
not.
is he's a concussion away from having to retire.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
if he
I
does
think
play
he had what
again,
4 this year.
yeah, it's bad, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, there's a lot of rumors and a lot of speculation. I've heard some very knowledgeable people out here in Vegas say that Tom Brady to the Raiders is basically a done deal. So we'll see. I trust.
I mean,
these
I
people.
also wouldn't be surprised if we see Aaron Rodgers go to the Raiders, which is the other QB that I know we're going to be talking about.
Yeah, so that's the
But-
next one. Obviously, let's just hop right into that, Ben, because Adam Schefter today said the Packers are exploring trading Aaron Rodgers to the
Anybody in
AFC.
the AFC.
Now, that doesn't mean that he's going to be traded. They use the word exploring, quote unquote, exploring. And then Aaron Rodgers went on Pat McAfee's show today, said that he wants to retire a Packer, but also said that, his options are open because he wants to, win and compete at a high level. So if he can't do that in Green Bay, then he's open to moving.
Well, Brett Favre once said he wants to retire a Packer, and what happened?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Good point.
and I'm gonna be honest, I don't care. I understand Aaron Rodgers is a Hall of Fame great QB, but how much longer can that franchise be held hostage by this man every offseason?
Yeah.
It's crazy because he's doing the
absolutely.
exact same thing that Brett Favre did.
Exactly, the exact same thing. And when they finally got tired of it, they just got rid of Brett Favre. So I think it's time for them. Plus, they've reached a potential with Aaron Rodgers. They're not going to win. I don't think they'll win no more Super Bowls with Aaron Rodgers. They're going to be good enough to get to a playoffs and give a team a run for their money and make an NFC championship. But are they going to really win an NFC championship and make it to a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers? No.
Yep.
So, and what they're paying him, a team like the Colts, a team like the Jets, even the Commanders.
There's a lot of teams in the AFC, and one big thing that Green Bay said is that they won't trade him to any team in the NFC. And there's a lot of teams in the AFC that could fit that. You could go with the Jets and the Commanders, like you just said. You could go with the Raiders, the Colts, the Texans. Every division.
But Ben,
I think Baltimore might even.
I think
the kicker is he has a no trade clause.
Yeah, I think they say that now, but push comes to shove and they get a good deal. You can't just turn it down because he plays because that team plays in the NFC. Yeah, that's terrible business.
Does he have the no trade clause before June when that $110 million goes into effect?
They got to trade him before
March 17th, or else they have like a $60 million dead cap, dude.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to
the
get
deal
on.
Does get done. It's getting done before March 17th.
Yep. And I mean, even just looking in the AFC, like Irvin and I were talking about this earlier, I was like, dude, the Jets are just like a perfect option because the Jets are literally a quarterback away from being a Super Bowl ready team.
And they got plenty of money.
Yep.
And plenty of draft capital.
And if you're the Jets, what would you rather do? Not draft. Would you rather sign Lamar Jackson as a free agent, right? Or trade for Aaron Rodgers?
They're going to do their best to go after Lamar Jackson. But
I'd rather go after Lamar.
Yeah, but Lamar hasn't been able to stay healthy.
But at the end of the day, you won't have to give up anything to get Lamar. Because even if he's franchise tagged, I think they're going to have to end up trading him because he's not going to play under a franchise tag.
Yeah, he already said that he's not going to, too. So, I mean,
So,
I know Baltimore wants to get a deal done. I mean, Jim Harbaugh has been pretty adamant. And even the market's saying that he's probably going back to Baltimore. The market is in the betting market. But again, that doesn't really tell the whole truth. That's just what people's opinions are. Basically, their money backed on their opinions. But I think the Jets are a perfect landing spot for Rodgers. Obviously, the Devontae Adams tied, but like you said, Irvin, earlier, the Raiders think they're ready to compete, but in reality, are they ready to compete? Very doubtful.
Unless they draft 11 defensive players next year in the draft and all of them turn out to be starters.
And the offensive line.
I mean, they'll try it. They'll try it.
But yeah, they think they need a retool. They really need a rebuild. But hey, I'll let the Raiders be the Raiders, and that's why they've been the Raiders since 2002. So,
yep. But then the
It is
Brady
what it
effect
is.
comes in, like, because if Brady goes to the Raiders, that basically takes the Raiders out of it, right?
Yeah, because if they get Brady, it's basically a money grab. They want to sell tickets. They're gonna have a bunch of number 12 jerseys walking around every Sunday in Vegas, every home game. So it all depends on what they do, because what does Brady provide you last year that Carr didn't? They pretty much played pretty much the same. I guess Brady didn't have as many ints, but
Brady looked
is
like
Brady gonna
shit.
last behind that whole line?
Nope.
Hell.
No, Brady won't want to go there.
Supposedly he wants to go there. Supposedly.
Well, I
A
can
lot of
see
hookers
why
in the
he
road.
wants to go there. He's familiar with that front office. He was coached by that head coach as his OC for damn near a decade or more. So I get the comfortability factor, but I don't get the winning factor, because
Yeah.
Tampa was a QB away and they got Brady and they won a championship. The Raiders defense is nowhere near the Buccaneers
No.
Nope.
defense outside of Mason Crosby.
Outside of Devontae Adams and Josh Jacobs, who's a free agent, by the way.
Yeah, I think Josh Jacobs is gonna get the bag from somebody this offseason.
Yeah, someone's gonna overpay him, dude.
Yeah,
For sure.
So what you're talking about earlier is that the Jets are that quarterback away, basically,
Yep.
from being a contender. But really, are they, with the Bills, with the Bengals, with the Chiefs in the
Yes.
conference?
Yes.
You think so?
Oh yeah. They have the skill players. And then you're obviously gonna get Brees Hall back next year too.
Yeah.
The offensive line has been rebuilt. I mean, they got a very young and athletic offensive line, and then the defense was top 5 DVOA all year.
Yeah, two of them missed the whole year, so that O line is automatically gonna be better next year. If Elijah Vera Tucker and Mekhi Becton stay healthy.
Yep, you got basically 2 All Pros right there, and then the defense was top 5 DVOA all year. I mean, they kept them in ball games basically all year. You know what I mean? They were the reason why they won so many games.
Yeah,
You know,
you get that defense another year to get better together. I don't know. CJ Mosley is getting up there in age, but he had a pretty good bounce back year this year. But if I was him, I would draft another linebacker for sure. But other than that, that defense don't need nothing else.
Yep.
You can always add another pass rusher if you find one in the draft. But
you got arguably the best defensive lineman in football, aside from Aaron Donald and Quentin Richardson. So
Quentin Williams.
I mean, sorry, I was thinking Quentin Richardson, the basketball player.
Yeah, Quentin Williams is a dog. But yeah, that's all. If the Jets get a QB, man, before they get a QB this offseason, we need to bet on their Super Bowl odds.
Yeah, it's hella funny because Brian, Brian, friend of the show, Ben, he told me and Irvin, he's like, his cousin's a Jets fan. He's like, my cousin thinks if the Jets get Lamar Jackson that they're gonna win 12 games. He's like, I'm willing to take that bet. I was like, me and Irv were like, they will. Easily.
Yeah, they might win more than 12 if they get Lamar Jackson. He stay healthy.
And honestly, the Bills they're probably going to be worse next year, because they're going to lose a lot of their defensive players like Jordan Poyer, who's an All-Pro safety.
Yeah, they might lose him. They might lose Phillips, the defensive lineman.
Yep.
They got some big free agents coming. They got a lot of decisions to make this offseason.
And they have to rebuild that offensive line, because that offensive line got fucking bullied in that Bengals game.
Yeah, Trey Hendrickson and the other dude went to town. And DJ Reader, he killed. Their interior line got killed by DJ Reader. Yep. That's why, even though they didn't really try to run the ball, but they couldn't run the ball because of him.
Nope. And so I think the Bills have, like, aside from Josh Allen, I mean, that team doesn't really excite me that much next year. And then, then you got the Patriots in your division, and you got Miami, who I don't think Miami is all that good. And then, like Irv said earlier, their quarterback is one concussion away from retirement. You know what I mean? So I think the Jets are set up
in one of those wild card spots and then running from there.
Yep. I just think the Jets are set up beautifully, dude.
If they get Lamar or Aaron Rodgers, you can pencil in the Jets in as an AFC, a Super Bowl contender, period.
Yep. Contender doesn't mean they're going to get there, but it means they have a good opportunity. Because
sure.
I think Jacksonville is going to be a lot better, right? Obviously, the Chiefs are going to be there. The Bengals are going to be there.
Yep.
So I mean, it is a tough conference, dude. It's definitely the tougher of the two conferences.
I think Chargers with a full year of defense can be Find
As
up
long
there
as
too.
as long as Brandon Staley's the coach, I think their ceiling has been reached.
Now the thing with them is what they might do is bring in an actual OC
Yeah, but
because
who?
they're interviewing the dude from the Rams. So I think if they could bring in anybody in that tree that can actually make Herbert,
What would have
because
been
Herbert,
prime is if Kingsbury, dude, but he doesn't. He's too busy.
no, they saying he might go to Alabama because the Patriots hired Bill O'Brien back today. Like I've been telling everybody that he was headed back to New England.
Yeah, but Kingsbury's in Thailand with a one-way ticket.
Oh well, Bangkok has him now. She'll never let go.
He apparently, according to Adam Schefter, he told teams that he wasn't interested in coaching this year and left to Thailand with a one-way ticket.
Yeah, because he's got what, 5 more years of
$30 million.
That what
He's
he's
living
saying,
the
yeah.
life out there, dude.
Yep.
Well, do your thing, 21. But nah, I think he probably take a year off and get back into coaching. But if he does coach this year, I think it's gonna be somewhere on the college level as offensive coordinator.
Damn, I just I don't know why he would want to go back to college as an OC, dude, when he can
Because
be an NFL
you
OC.
gotta do that. Once you burn out in the NFL, you go back to college.
Bro. There's a lot of NFL teams that would take him as an offensive coordinator. The whole issue was the only reason why the Cardinals hired him as a head coach, and they didn't even give him like full reins as a head coach, dude. He was like a half head coach with Vance Joseph, because Vance Joseph controlled the defense. The only reason why they got him was because he was such a gifted offensive mind, and the only way to get him was to offer him a head coaching position. But now it's like he's failed as a head coach in college. He's failed as a head coach in the NFL. Like, I don't think he'll be a head coach for at least 10 years.
But who's going to hire him as an OC right now? A lot of those OC positions are getting filled, and even the Bucks, they interviewing 2 people, and there's rumored that they're going after a boy from Georgia, Todd Monken, too. So,
well, if I was Cliff Kingsbury, I would take, because he's going to have everybody calling him to be their offensive coordinator. The guy is we can say what we want about Cliff Kingsbury. He's an excellent play designer. He's a shitty game manager, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he could fucking draw up plays all day. So I mean, if I'm him, I'm not gonna take a shitty job. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna take the best job available.
True.
So, he could wait till next year and wait to see what happens next year, and then take a job. So we'll see.
That makes sense too.
You know who I could really see hiring him is Kyle Shanahan, because him and Kyle Shanahan are fucking homies. So are him and Sean McVay, for what it's worth. So that'd be crazy. Cliff with either of those 2 guys, 2 geniuses on offense. Shit. Anyways, let's get into these games on Sunday, championship weekend. Let's start with the NFC Championship. We got the Niners heading into Philly. This line opened at 1. It's been bet all the way up to 2.5. So right now, Philly laying 2.5 points. The total is at 46. What's your guys' thoughts on this game?
I mean, I can start with it. I just don't think that Philly has played the caliber of team this year that they have in the Niners. I think the closest they, have come is that Cowboys game where they lost 40-34. Granted, that wasn't Jalen Hurts and that, in the game. But, the only other defense that they played that has been up at that top level is the Commanders. And that's another game that they lost. So I think that we're going to start to see the ease of this Eagles schedule this year come into play.
So, Ben, let me ask you this. Who have the Niners beat?
Who have the Niners beat? The Niners have beat, I mean, even you can say in the postseason, their schedule has been harder than the Giants. Cowboys, Rams.
The Rams suck.
Beginning of the year, the Rams were a little bit better.
Because it's funny
Bucks,
you mentioned that because the Eagles schedule 32nd DVOA, the worst schedule.
Yeah.
Guess who's second worst?
Really, the Niners are, huh?
The Niners.
Interesting.
So, in my opinion, both these teams, this is the best opponent they're going to face all year, is on Sunday.
Yeah, I just don't know if I could say that with the Eagles, the way that the Eagles have played.
Well, I do think that the Niners defense, and I was talking about this with CJ the other day. The Commanders gave the Eagles a lot of trouble, their offense, because they had such a good defensive front. Well, the Niners have an even better defensive front than the Commanders. And I do think that could be an issue. Obviously, the biggest question mark and the reason why this game's at 2.5 is because the Brock Purdy factor still is there because it's gonna keep coming up every single week. Well, Purdy hasn't done this. Of course he hasn't. He's a rookie, right? Yeah. So we're still waiting for Brock Purdy to look like a rookie, and he looked like a rookie most of the game versus Dallas. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But that just goes to show how good this defense is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's debatable. I personally don't think Philly's defense is better than Dallas's. I think Dallas's defense is better. I think Micah Parsons is better than anybody on the Eagles defensive line. You could say Hassan Reddick and they got depth on their defensive line for sure, but I still think as a whole unit, Lawrence, Micah Parsons.
It's close, but it's Dallas has a better defense and they have a top 3 or 4 defensive player in this league in Micah Parsons.
Top 3 or 4? Okay, that's fair. Yeah, you're right. I was gonna say like top 3, top 2, but no, I always forget about Aaron Donald because he was hurt most of the year. I think the biggest thing is the Eagles are 21st against the rush DVOA, and obviously that's what the Niners are gonna do. And Kyle's gonna take this game like he's not gonna let Brock Purdy go out there and fucking win or lose the game. We saw it against Dallas. The defense is gonna keep them in it. It's gonna keep them close. So Brock just can't make mistakes. And for that reason, I think this game is going to be a field goal game. I think this game is going to come down to the very last second. Now the only thing that gives me hesitance about backing the Eagles is the Eagles have only played 4 games when trailing in the second half, and they're 1-3 in those games. Obviously, 2 of those games were Jalen Hurts. He's 1-1. The other 2 had what's his face? Gardner Minshew. The thing is though is that Niners defense is set up to play from ahead because if they get from behind, they're just gonna pin their ears back with Bosa and company and just fucking rush Jalen Hurts all day and put him under pressure.
Mm.
I think the Niners are just a better team, dude. The only question is Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
And they're
well,
on
I think the big thing with Brock Purdy is he hasn't been turning the ball over. And that's going to be the big question, at least for me, is can he continue to not throw the ball away instead of throw those easy picks?
Well, he could have had like 3 turnovers.
What's that?
He could have had like 3 turnovers the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, no, I think he got lucky against Seattle. And
he got lucky against Dallas, too. They dropped 2 interceptions against him.
Yeah, you're going to at least get 1 drop per game. I think he could have gotten 3 against Seattle. And 2 of those should have been intercepted balls. But Seattle doesn't have that top-level defense that Dallas or Philadelphia.
Well, that's the one thing that Philly does well is they got fucking ball hawks in the secondary.
Mm-hmm.
So those guys just hunt for interceptions. You know what I mean? Like they play zone coverage in the back end, and they just wait for you to make a mistake. They did it all game against Daniel Jones. The one thing that like I don't want to you don't want to put a lot into the last game because when Brian Daboll went for it on 4th down and gave him a short field and went down 14-0 right away, he basically eliminated the run game. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, and they were running the ball at like 5.9 yards a carry in the game too. It's not like they weren't able to run the ball. But once you go down, it's tough to run the ball. And that's why both of these teams, I think they have to play neck and neck. Like neither of these teams can play from down, although I trust the Niners more playing from behind than I do the Eagles. But I don't really trust the Niners playing from behind, if that makes any sense. Because the Niners haven't played from behind since Purdy's been their quarterback.
Yeah, but have the Eagles face a team with the weapons that the Niners have?
No.
Yeah.
Other than the Cowboys.
But
at the same time, like the Niners haven't really faced anybody either.
I know, but I'm saying those weapons that the Niners have could create a lot of mismatch problems for the Eagles because the Eagles play a lot of zone
A lot of
and
zone.
Kittle, Debo, Brandon Ayuk, they don't they could go over the middle and eat.
Mhm.
So
Now,
Yeah,
can the
I thought
Eagles
what
receivers and skill players, right? Like that's the thing is both these teams they're the two best teams in the NFC in my opinion. That's why they're here.
I agree. Now, over under, do you think it's a lot of points scored or do you think it's a defensive battle?
Probably take the under to be honest
yeah, I'd
because
say defensive battle.
I think both of these teams want to take the air out of the ball, and I don't think they want to give the other team a lot of possessions. You know what I mean? They want to minimize possessions in this
So
game.
basically, you see this game being like 17-10, 20-17,
Yeah,
at the max 24-17.
yeah. Well, I see this a one score game under three or
Okay.
less. That's why like I haven't played the Niners yet. I've been waiting for this game to get to 3, dog. Because the second this gets to 3, I'm fucking unloading on the Niners. Now I do have a teaser. I teased the Niners to 8.5, and I teased the Chiefs to 8.5 because they're 2.5 point dogs right now too. Um, and I'm comfortable with that play. I'm very comfortable with it because I think that both these games are going to be within a touchdown. You know what I mean? So I'm comfortable with that play. It's you know the only thing that keeps me hesitating from like unloading on the Niners at 2.5 is that this Brock Purdy factor does exist, dude. You know, rookie quarterbacks don't go to Super Bowls. It's rarefied air. You know, he's the first rookie quarterback to be playing in a championship game since Mark Sanchez.
Mhm.
Big Ben.
Mark Sanchez.
Oh yeah, Mark Sanchez did do it in 2009, huh?
Yeah. So that's like the
It's
only
only
thing
been
that keeps
5.
me from doing it, dog. Like, but the Niners are that talented. Like they have
Yeah,
the most talented roster, top to bottom, in my opinion.
this is gonna be a hell of a game.
So what's
Yeah.
the play, fellas? What's the play?
I don't know. I've been riding the Niners all season. That was my pick to go to the Super Bowl. I ain't changing it up now. Niners plus 2.5, maybe 3.
So if it gets to 3 though, it's gonna get bet down to 2.5 in like I'm telling you, within 20 minutes it'll get bet back down to
Yeah,
2.5.
yeah.
Well, 3 is a key number, dude. So you know,
I feel you.
so
I'm starting to think Brock Purdy is not your average rookie.
well he has a great play caller behind him too, dude.
That's
And
true
he has
too.
a
But at the
hell of
end
a
of the
lot of the
day,
weapons.
coaching matters. But yeah, you got to go out there and make plays. And he's been making enough plays and not making the plays that would make you lose a game.
Yep.
Do
So
you
I
think let me ask you guys this. Do you think that the experience of the 49ers, because usually we talk about experience with quarterbacks, but does the experience of the Niners, because this Niners team basically has been to a Super Bowl, they've been to 3 conference championships now. Do you think that the experience of this Niners team plays a factor?
it helps Brock Purdy majorly because
Yeah.
they know how to keep him grounded and they gonna stay in his ear. And if he do mess up, I got you. Just the next play. And ever since he's been the quarterback, Kittle has returned to the All Pro tight end that we know that he can be.
That's
And
true.
I think he's gonna be the X factor because Philly defense doesn't really do great against tight ends, and they're finna play one of the best tight ends in the game tomorrow on Sunday. So now,
Um,
the one thing I would watch out for is if Philly defense can apply pressure and make Brock Purdy turn the ball over, then the game could get interesting because then that's going to put the Niners defense in compromised positions and they really going to have to stand up like they did against Dallas and hold those touchdowns to field goals to get an offense to shot to make up for that turnover or whatever might um whatever might occur, but they can't have no more special teams turnovers. That kills that.
Yeah.
For some reason, that haunts the Niners in big games.
for
Special
real.
teams turnovers.
Okay. What about Charles Omenihu not being a part of the
Um,
game?
did they say he's not playing
No, he's questionable right now. But
because what I read it was an allegation. So
yeah,
He
but
was
wasn't
arrested
listed.
though.
Yeah.
Okay, so if he was arrested, then I think
I still
he
think
might be
there's a
able to play
chance he
because
could
his first
play.
court date ain't gonna be no time soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think he's gonna play in this game. But even if they didn't have him, I mean that defensive line's so deep, dude.
Yeah, it's like 8-9 deep. If
Yeah.
they didn't have him, that just means Drake Jackson gets more snaps, and he had more sacks than Aiden Hutchinson this year. So
Yeah, and at the end of it's true. And at the end of the day, it's like if he doesn't play, that's not going to affect the spread at all. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah. True. Very true.
Christian McCaffrey, on the other hand, you know the Eagles are
well,
20.
he practiced today, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, he's
Mhm.
gonna play, dude, for sure. But if he's not 100%, it does affect it because the Eagles are 24th against running backs in the passing game DVOA. So that's
Ooh.
huge for the Niners, dude, because they can really take advantage of him there. But
Damn.
no, it's gonna be. I think this is gonna be. I think these are two really fucking good games, dude. And I
Yeah.
wish the AFC Championship. I wish we had a healthy Mahomes, obviously, but no, it's gonna be a hell of a fucking matchup here in Philly, dude. Two physical fucking teams that like to run the ball down your throat. One team does it a little bit differently because they have the quarterback running too. But man, I just think this Niners defense, bro, just too dynamic, too athletic, just way too deep, dude.
Yep.
And Hafanga, dude, I think he's gonna have a huge game, bro. He's gonna be huge part in stopping this this attack of the Eagles. So I'm with you. If I had to make a play here, I'm taking Niners plus 2.5. Like I said, I got them in a teaser, and I love that play. Let's move on to the AFC Championship here. If I had to make a play on that game, though, I'm taking the under 46.5. All right, let's move on to our AFC Championship. Hold on, did this line move back down to 1.5? Am I seeing this correctly?
Mm-hmm.
I still see 2.5.
Do we have a list of the books out that have this game? Let's see here.
Bovada is 1.5. I think Bet Online is 1.5, and the other one.
Let's see here. Let's see. Chiefs, because I literally was like looking at the lines before and I saw 2.5. So oh shit, Circa moved to 1.5 too. We are getting money, some respected money coming in. Everywhere is 1.5 now. So this line literally just moved in the last fucking 30 minutes or so. We got Chiefs or Bengals laying 1.5 right now on the road against Kansas City at Arrowhead Stadium. The total's 47. What do we think about this game, fellas? Irv, you want to go first?
It would be up there with probably an all-time classic AFC Championship game if Mahomes' ankle was anywhere near 100%. But I think with that ankle being hobbled and the Bengals being as hot as they are, home or away doesn't really make a difference right now with them. And Mahomes not, he's probably going to be what, 70, 75%, maybe 80, maybe 80. So I got to ride with the Bengals in the hot hand and Burrow playing like the second coming of your boy.
What boy?
Tom Brady.
I think this game's just so hard to handicap because you don't know what Mahomes is gonna look like, dude.
Yeah, but then you got to factor in that the Bengals have beat them 3 times in a row
by one score, and they've led for less than 12 minutes combined
I know,
in all those
that
games.
Clutch factor, that clutch gene, and
well, and how is that offensive line going to play?
No, they're getting 3 starters. They're getting their 3 starters back this week. And if they were able to play like that versus the Bills front is way better outside of Chris Jones than the Chiefs front.
But they played out of their minds.
Give me Karlaftis over all them too, bro. Karlaftis is playing hella well.
You probably can't take him over Russo, but I don't know, man. If the Bengals ran the ball like that against the Bills, they could in the snow. They could definitely run the ball like they did against the Bills against the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
Because the Chiefs defense is bend but don't break, but they are opportunistic and they do get a lot of negative plays. But bro, Chase, Higgins, Boyd, The tight end Hayden Hurst has proved himself to be a legit weapon and as a tight end, and they got a two-headed monster at running back. And if that O line just gives Burrow enough time to throw, it's a wrap, bro. I They got Mahomes. He could be the great equalizer, but he's not 100%. So, and him being not 100%, I would low key be shocked if the Chiefs win this game.
Yeah, I've been saying all week it's either you play the Bengals or you just don't play this game at all.
Yeah.
However, I do think the Chiefs are getting a little disrespected, dog.
I wouldn't even say it's disrespect. How could you say it's disrespect and their best player we know for sure is either going to be hurt or
I mean, Chad Henne went out for one drive and fucking drove him 97 yards down the field for a touchdown.
Yeah, okay, so you're going to depend on Chad Henne in the AFC Championship game?
I'm just saying, bro, they got enough weapons. They got good coaching. I mean, obviously that's not ideal situation.
Listen to what you just said, Jordan. Chad Henne.
I think, and Chad Henne may have drove them down, but he didn't pass the ball. I mean, 5 for 7 for 23 yards. It was running.
He probably threw one ball more than 10 yards that whole drive.
His long was 8, so no.
See, so they're not going to dink and dunk their way down the field for a whole game against any defense, let alone a defense that's playing as good as the Bengals is right now. Mm-hmm. Mahomes not being 100% really gives the Bengals a leg up in this game.
Oh, a huge leg up. But, I mean, they're still at home. Watch Mahomes come out here and just have a fucking legendary fucking Mahomes game, dude. On one leg.
I love the over in this game for sure, but I don't know. The Bengals, I gotta ride with the Bengals the way we don't know what that ankle's gonna look like. And Mahomes did not look like Mahomes the rest of that game. He was missing throws, he was overshooting guys.
Yeah, no, he couldn't even put weight on it, dude.
Yeah, so a week might work some wonders. They're gonna probably shoot that thing up, put some Toradol in it, give some painkillers, all the treatment. He gonna probably have 24 around the clock treatment, but they can get that ankle as healthy as they can. But I just think Joe Burrow and company is gonna be a little bit too much with a hobbled Mahomes.
Yeah, I agree. I still think it's going to be within a touchdown, though, which is why
it's not going to be a blowout at all because Mahomes and Chiefs are too good for them to get blown out at home in the AFC Championship game. I definitely see it coming down to a field goal. Shit, it could probably even come down to a field goal in overtime. So,
yeah, this could be a good game. I just hope I hope we do get a semi good looking Mahomes, dude, because
if he's 75-80%, then the Chiefs have a shot. Now, if he was 100%, I would pick the Chiefs to win because I don't think he's going to lose 2 years in a row at home in the AFC Championship game. But
see, and even at 75%, I don't think they have a shot because these are two teams that are going to go back and forth, touchdown for touchdown. And if you throw in a field goal instead of a touchdown once, twice, there's your differentiation there.
Yeah,
that's 4 points. That's 8 points difference.
One thing I will say is that Eli Apple's talking a lot of fucking shit, dude. And,
it's true.
But I thought he was talking shit to the Bills.
He posted a fucking tweet that smoking a cigar saying that he's ready for the Super Bowl and shit.
Well, then if they lose, it's gonna be on his dumb ass. Mm-hmm. Because a dude that gets cooked like he gets cooked shouldn't be ready for anything but the bench, in my opinion. If the Bengals was 100% healthy, dude probably wouldn't be on the field. So let's just keep it a buck, dog. Stay in your lane. You're not him, big dog. You're not. Stop it.
You is not him. Like Scotty Barnes.
The last memory we're gonna have of your career is giving up a game-winning touchdown in the Super Bowl. So
yeah, I mean, like, dude, the thing with this game is like all the money and tickets are on the Bengals, dude, and that's like never.
Oh, when that happens, then yeah,
it's like literally the ticket splits right now. 70% of the tickets are on the Bengals. 87% of the money. Like everybody is on the Bengals, and this line even came down today. Came down a whole point.
Yeah, I mean, it's all dependent on how bad that angle is.
But that's stuff because we're not going to know because obviously the Chiefs are going to say, oh, yeah, he's looking good. You know what I mean? Like, they're not going to tell you the truth. They're not going to be like, oh, fuck, dude, we're fucked. You know what I mean? Like, so maybe this is a game you just play live. You know what I mean? You wait to see how Mahomes is looking, and then make your decision. Then I just like, dude, a home dog in this game. I just have a hard time. I have a hard time taking a road favorite, dude.
And with throw a couple shekels on the Chiefs money line.
It's only plus 120, 105.
It's not great because it's only a point and a half, but I don't know. I still want to wait and see a little bit and see how things shake out. See if we can get some information. You know, obviously, I think the information we're going to receive isn't going to be a ton, but information's always good. I do think a teaser, though. I think a solid teaser of teasing the Niners up to 8.5, even teasing at 1.5, teasing the Chiefs up to 7.5. I think that's great because you're going through two key numbers in 3 and 7. You know, so you cover a whole one possession game. Unless the Chiefs go for 2.
What is that going to yield you?
That's depending on the book, it's anywhere between minus 125, minus 130.
Okay.
But you know,
a parlay?
No, teaser.
Yeah, but parlaying those two together.
A teaser, you have to take more than 2 legs. You can't just tease one. So you have to
buy points.
6 points, 6-point teaser. I mean, you could buy points, but if you're buying 6 points on a game, you're laying like minus 400.
Yeah.
Minus 300. You know what I mean? That's why you do the 2 and
think about that.
and you minus 125, minus 130. I mean, last week the main teaser was teasing the Chiefs down to 2.5 and teasing the Eagles down to 1.5 or 2, whatever you got it at 7.5 or 8. And all week, I took that teaser on Sunday last week, and I was like, man, all week I just kept saying, like, everyone's taking this teaser, dude. So what team's going to fuck this up? You know? Mahomes got hurt. I thought for sure it was fucked once he got hurt. It's like, damn, fucking Jags are going to win this game.
Yeah, because the Eagles were playing the Giants. That wasn't difficult.
But I had the Jags plus 9.5, so it's like, you know, I wanted to get in between there. I wanted the Chiefs to win, but I wanted the Jags to cover. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And both things happened.
It came home, dude. It came home. So we did all right. But then I just, you know, my dumbass played the Bills minus 5.5, even though I said I didn't want to play the game. Undisciplined play by myself.
Rack discipline.
Let's go, y'all.
Let's get some best bets, though, fellas. What we got?
Houston minus 9.5 tomorrow. They lost.
No, dog. We're talking football.
Oh, give me the Niners plus 2.5.
I'm going Niners plus 2.5. I'm going Bengals minus 1.5.
Bengals minus 1.5. Niners plus 2.5. I'm gonna do my best bet is my teaser, the Wong teaser. We're teasing Bengals up to 7.5. And then we're going to tease the Chiefs up to 8.5. That's like the only comfortable bet I'm willing to take this weekend. With absolute confidence. And of all the games, I think if I lose this, it's going to be because the fucking Bengals blow out the Chiefs. But, you know, Mahomes could come out and fucking have a historic game and just add to his fucking legacy, dude, on one leg, bro. You know, just like Jack Youngblood. He played on a broken leg in the fucking Super Bowl. You feel me?
I mean, anything's possible, right?
Anything is possible.
Don't forget Ronnie Lott cut off half a finger to continue playing.
Nah, it's just a finger, dog. It's whatever. Before we get out of here, Baseball Hall of Fame votes today. Scott Rowland voted in the Hall of Fame. Only guy that made it. Do we care?
Scott Rowland vote.
What?
I like the Scott Rowland vote. I don't know who else didn't get voted in though.
Bobby Wagner was the next closest.
Okay.
The Baseball Hall of Fame is the most insignificant, shameful, just not
Dog shit.
Yeah, that Hall of Fame means nothing to me when arguably the best player that ever lived isn't in your Hall of Fame. And then on top of that, you knew all about the steroid era and you let it save baseball. Now you're trying to punish all the guys that pretty much saves your game. So
Yep.
yeah. Baseball Hall of Fame, pack their ass up. Get their ass up out of here.
Yeah, because the thing with me is like Scott Rowland, great player, dude, throughout his entire career.
He's not a Hall of Famer,
Seven-time
bro.
All-Star. Yeah, like
Let's keep it a buck.
Hall of Great, sure, but like he wasn't like he's not a guy you like are like, wow, dude, Scott Rowland, like first ballot Hall of Famer during his
At
career.
any point in his
Nobody
career,
said
was he
that.
better than Adrian Beltre?
And nobody at any point during his career was like, yo, Scott Rowland's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Like,
or A-Rod, who didn't make it.
Dude, A-Rod's not in the Hall of Fame. Barry Bonds isn't in the Hall of Fame. Mark McGuire's not in the Hall of Fame. Roger Clemens is in the Hall of Fame. Pete Rose is not in the Hall of Fame.
Pete Rose not in the Hall of Fame. You can go on and on.
Manny didn't make it today.
Sammy Sosa should be in the Hall of Fame. Rafael Palmeiro.
I mean, I'm cool with Sosa used a cork bat, dude. So I'm cool with Sosa not being in the Hall of Fame.
But maybe that was just that one time. You can't just say he used a cork bat for all of his career. Maybe he just used it in the home run derby and forgot to, put it back.
Yeah, but
that's legitimate cheating, though, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the dude hit over 600 home runs.
Yeah, and he might have hit 400 of them with a cork bat. We don't know.
Oh, let's be real, fellas. I don't think Sosa used a cork bat for the majority.
We don't know that, though, because when he got caught, he already had like 400-something home runs.
But you gotta think, though, when I heard that a lot of players use a cork bat during warm-ups, they just always don't. Well, back then, I don't think they do it now, but back then, they would use a cork bat during like warm-ups and get rid of it before the game. I think maybe he just forgot that he brought his cork back to the ballpark that day and didn't get rid of it.
Man,
no, you
should hire. He should hire you to make excuses for him. Is what he should.
I'm trying to give the first human Neapolitan mushroom sandwich benefit of the doubt here.
Well, like Sammy Sosa was a great player, dude, but like that cork bat thing, that's a lot different than the steroids and shit because everybody was on the juice, dude.
That's legit cheating, but he got caught. But maybe he might not make it. But all those other guys from the steroid era deserve to be in the Hall.
They absolutely do, dude. Like. If Jeff Bagwell got in, bro. Jeff Bagwell got in.
I would say 90% of those guys were Hall of Famers before they even touched the steroid.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, we didn't talk about this on Sunday. I forgot to mention it. The Luis Ariz, the trade between Luis Ariz and the Marlins and the Twins.
Yeah.
Luis Ariz and Pablo Lopez. What do you guys think of that trade?
The Marlins got some hitting, which I'm shocked that they didn't get more hitting during the offseason. They have a legit top 4, top 5 pitching staff. They can be a playoff contender. They just can't hit the fucking ball.
Yeah, no, I think it's huge. Well, they're going to get Jazz Chisholm back, obviously.
Yeah, they're getting Chisholm back. They're getting the other guy back that can hit 500-foot home runs. He just got to stay healthy.
Jesus Sanchez, that guy could fucking rake, but he got to make contact, dog. That's a big
he got to make contact. And then I think they're calling up their number 1 prospect this year. I think he's going to be on the MLB roster this year.
Well, their number 1 prospect.
Outfielder, what's his name? JJ Bleday?
He played last year.
Oh, okay. So
he was nice at the end of last year, remember?
Oh, yeah. So he should be a mainstay this year. If they continue to pitch the way they did last year and actually get some decent hitting, they could be a dark horse for the playoffs.
Well, that's the thing is they have so much pitching depth, dude.
I know, and then they got pitchers coming up this year too. That's
Sixto Sanchez. You got fucking Max Meyer, who obviously he got hurt last year. I don't know if he's gonna be back. He'll probably be back towards the end of this year, but obviously you got the fucking reigning NL Cy Young winner and our guy. Fuck, why is his name Sandy Alcantara? I mean, that's a solid team. Plus they also signed Johnny Cueto. Right, so that just adds depth. He's like their fourth, fifth starter. Man, I love what Miami's doing. I put a future down on Miami to win the NL East plus 5,000, so 50-1 to win the NL East.
Sheesh,
I think they can do it, bro. They got the pitching.
They do.
If they can,
the NL East is notoriously always underperforming. So
yeah, my only concern is the Braves, dude.
Yeah,
because the Phillies are gonna regress. There's no way Zach Wheeler and Aaron Nola perform up to the way they did last year. And like that team was ass for like half of the year, and then they just caught fire.
Mm-hmm.
The Mets are gonna Met. We know that. They're gonna find a way to fuck shit up. So my only concern is the Braves. You know, so I like the Marlins, bro. I think they can make some noise. All they had to do was fix the offense because they were 51 WRC plus last year, dead last in Major League Baseball.
That's horrible.
They're gonna
I
be.
mean, I could have went up there and got some contact.
Probably, bro. You probably would have been the second best hitter on the team. We all could have probably hit for them, dog.
Hell.
Man, I can't wait for baseball, dog.
It's gonna be beautiful.
We're so close. We're like 3 weeks away from pitchers and catchers reporting.
Arson Judge is gonna show up for for the Giants.
Arson Judge.
We got a spot waiting for him.
Giants are gonna be dog shit.
Yep.
But I think this offseason actually helps them because if they would have got Judge and they swung and missed on Correa, those two contracts could have set them back. They probably would have been They probably would have been low-key contenders for a couple years, but after that, with those two deals, they probably would have been complete dog shit.
Oh yeah, no, that Correa deal falling through was the best thing that happened to. I mean, even more so than the Judge deal.
That
Correa this offseason signed deals for 31 years up to $865 million.
Yep. 3 different teams, dude. That's incredible, bro. I've never seen a guy sign for 3 teams in one offseason.
Dude's gonna be damn near a billionaire when he's done playing.
Well, no, he doesn't get none of the money.
I know for all 3 of those teams.
He doesn't get none of the money, though.
I know. I mean, that'd be sweet if he could play 13 years with that team, 13 years with this team, and then go finish the others.
Oh, that'd be, I mean, shit, he'd be set for life, bro.
Oh, man. I'm looking forward to see who Fernando Tatis gets traded to. I'm calling it now. He won't make it through the season as a San Diego Padre.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it all depends on where the Padres are at and what they need. I mean, obviously, them not re-signing Mike Clevenger was a fucking blessing in disguise because here he is. He's probably going to get suspended for the year for beating a kid.
Violence, yeah.
So,
but they got to pay Juan Soto.
They do, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's like they got money, and if you're going to pay Juan Soto, Fernando Tatis Jr., and Manny Machado, I mean, life's good. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, 300 plus million apiece.
I think it all like at the end of the day, if they're raking but their starting pitching and their pitching depth is horrible, because let's not forget, dude, Yu Darvish is like 39 years old now.
Yeah,
38,
he's getting
39.
up there. And they gave Joe Musgrove can't go through a lineup 2 times. 5 years, 100 plus million.
They gave him a lot of money 3 times. He's good 2 times through the lineup. 3 times is when he gets killed. And then obviously they got haters still, but like if they need starting pitching depth, then I think you have to go out and look for a trade where you can trade Fernando Tatis for a starting pitcher like the Twins and Marlins just did. Twins need a starting pitcher, Marlins need a hitter. Boom. There you go. You solved a trade right there. Pablo Lopez for Luis Ariz. You know what I mean? That's where I think the Padres could get interesting. Now, who that team is, I have no fucking clue. Maybe it's the Mariners. I don't know.
The Yankees gonna trade Garrett Cole for Fernando Tatis. Bro, put Tatis at shortstop.
Then Tatis got to cut those dreadlocks.
Oh, then he can't have a beard either. Woo.
Bro,
yeah,
he look.
I'm like Ken Griffey. If I was a major league player and the Yankees was the last team to offer me a contract, I retire.
I would too, bro. I would never play for the Yankees. It's the only team I wouldn't play for. I mean, I think there's a lot of options if you need a pitcher. Like, what teams have good starting pitching that need a hitter?
Shit, the Phillies could use them.
Nah, the Phillies need a starting. Like, I mean, Nola
Mets.
And I don't know.
Rangers. The Astros.
Maybe.
I think Tatis would be a good fit with the Astros.
Jose Abreu they got now.
The Blue Jays.
No, they can't give up pitching, dog. They need pitching. That was their weakness last year. I'm telling you, I think the only move they could really make without like
The Orioles.
oof. Yeah, but I'm not sure the Orioles have a starting pitcher the caliber of Fernando Tatis unless he's really
They got prospects.
Yeah, but if you're the Padres, like you're in the thick of things, dude. Like your team is built to contend. If you're not contending and you got to blow it up, it's all bad.
Yeah, it's better take what they can get.
It's all bad.
Don't think Baltimore really wants to.
Yeah, I don't think
there.
I don't think I want to take on a $300 million plus deal right now. Anyway,
I don't think they're against taking on a $300+ million deal. I think they just want to keep their timeline correct. Like, cause I was shocked, dude, that the Orioles didn't make an acquisition because I mean they were close to the playoffs last year. They're basically a bat away, and they didn't go out and make a deal. This year, you got two of the top prospects in baseball. Grayson Rodriguez is gonna probably make the big league squad. Obviously, Gunnar Henderson's on the big league squad. So you're like right there. You got a lot of young players, but their bats, dude, they just like they hella fucking tailed off at the end of last year, dude. Ryan Mountcastle, especially that dude got to figure it he got to figure it out. Can't wait for baseball, fellas.
Yep.
We'll start the preview baseball here coming up. Y'all definitely gonna want to stay locked for that. Everybody enjoy conference championship preview or enjoy the conference championships this weekend. I may or may not do a show on Sunday morning, previewing the games before kickoff. I'm still debating. Once we get player props out and stuff, want to throw that out there because I actually did pretty well on player props last week. So for Swerving Irvin Washington, Mr. Big Ball and Ben Larson, Jordan Stacks on Stacks, lads. We will catch y'all on Sunday, whether it's in the morning, whether I'm on in the morning, or I'll be on with these two at night. We'll be recapping Championship Sunday. We'll get our Super Bowl preview ready. We'll have 2 weeks of Super Bowl previews. We'll be getting into all of the props, including the coin flip, Gatorade showers, all of that fucking nonsense.
Always a fun show.
We hit the national anthem 2 years in a row.
Yep.
We hit the coin flip 2 years in a row.
Gatorade, we
were all over the place on the Gatorade.
Yeah.
We were all over the place on the Gatorade, but it's gonna be fun, man. I'm really excited for the Super Bowl this year. It's always a fun time because there's so much aspects to make money, man. So we'll see y'all on Sunday. Have a very blessed week. Let's get this money. Let's make it happen. Let's go.